Good Monday morning and welcome to TWINN number 67, where in 5 minutes or less, I will share with you some topics that we need to be paying attention to this week. But first, let's talk about network routers for a minute and what their place is in our insecure digital cyber world. With a router's position of having 1 foot inside your network and 1 foot outside on the internet, so to speak, it is in a place of trust. And as such, it has certain responsibilities that it must be reliable, incorruptible, not hackable. In fact, it shouldn't even be available on the internet. So when someone knocks on its ports, there simply should be no answer. And yet, we keep seeing router-based vulnerabilities that shouldn't even be an issue, as they are in this story about WatchGuard. So WatchGuard failed to disclose some of the details about how a flaw was being exploited on the router, but they claimed that it was justified in that they operated on the FBI's dictated schedule. But in reality, proper implementation of any router should make it stealthy and unreachable from the internet, regardless of any discovered vulnerabilities. This is where zero trust comes to mind. In our next story, we have Microsoft obtaining a court order to take down domains that were used to target Ukraine, which never fails to be in our news cycle today. And this sandworm botnet was disrupted with the support of the Justice Department. But it's worth noting that a properly protected network already enjoyed sinkholing before Microsoft took this action. When the domains were publicly sinkholed, though, then everyone benefited. And let's talk about Hydra for a moment. This is a story of how this darknet site was taken down by German police when they got a tip that the site might be hosted in Germany. So while we don't know the perpetrators yet, this dark website has been operating for 6 years and has finally been shut down. Now, in a takedown like this, authorities get all the data on the servers. And here's hoping that the awareness that the seized customer identifying data that is now available to law enforcement will be a deterrent for future people to even engage. If we remove the demand, there will be no more need for a dark web store, right? And we read about how hackers are focusing on crypto customers as a target. So when MailChimp had a breach, the breach was very specifically targeted to customers of crypto exchange currencies, as we see by notices of this nature that went out to customers quickly being asked to change their PIN and following better security practices. So this is the same theme that we'll be repeating for a while, as I assume, because the cryptocurrency ecosystems are still evolving. And during that evolution process, cyber criminals keep looking for and finding ways of stealing our money. TWINN says that hackers have weaponized Spring Shell to install a malware called Mirai. Now, this is just a cog in the wheel of what makes cyber attacks possible. Sometimes one moving part gets ahead of another and then lies ready to be used when the opportunity presents itself to the criminal. And did you know that Windows 11 now has some new security features that are quite welcome to the industry? And several of these features mirror those already found in macOS. That will make it that much more difficult for traditional hacks to occur on Windows 11 computers. Thanks for watching. See you again next week. Bye for now.